What's going on, guys? Chaseontwowheels here at Mountain Motorsports again, and today the Yamaha XSR 900, the FZ09 inspired retro looking cafe racer awesome bike that should be fun to ride. And the click of this key will begin an intro. Alright, so guys, here we are on the 2016 Yamaha Feather, the Yamaha XSR 900. If I forget the name, that's horrible. I will remember it. That's probably why Yamaha put that there, because they're like, you know what, people aren't going to remember this name. Before we go, let's get acquainted with the controls. We got the blinkers. Ooh, we got some tactile blinkers. See, for you guys that are fans of the first race series, a lot of bikes I've been around have really crappy blinkers. My R6 currently has crappy blinkers, but this has some good tactile feel. Thank God, that's been horrible. This bike has traction control. Very excited about that. So this looks like traction control, but that's all I have to do. It turns on. Oh my God, that's amazing. All right, we got the mode button similar to the FZ09. All right, let's get in standard and let's go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, 2016 XSR 900. So basically with this bike, Yamaha's like, you know what, guys? We got this FZ09. It's doing really good. Let's put the FZ09 in a retro body, change it up a little bit, tune it differently, and sell a new bike. If you guys have seen my FZ09 video, I'll put a link right here on the screen. I love that bike. I thought it was a great, fantastic motorcycle. There's a couple quirks with it that I didn't like, but it wasn't a big deal. This bike, I hope to resolve this issue. Oh my good God. Okay, okay, mirrors, I'm just gonna give up on you now. Bike has the same crazy engine as the FZ09. Moving it around the shop, I did feel like it was a little heavy, but it has that same feeling where, because of these handlebars, because of these handlebars, the bike feels really easy to flick around, and it doesn't feel as heavy. Yep, definitely has the FZ09 engine. Let's see some engine braking. I would expect kind of to be a little harder than that, but it's not bad. It's kind of minuscule. I love this whole little screenage. It's amazing how tiny that little screen is, yet shows you so much information. Oh my good God. Okay, this bike is really powerful. I almost wrecked. The gear shifter is very tactile. If you guys don't know what that means, when I click a gear, I can feel the click in my foot, which is fantastic. You can definitely feel that FZ09 like engine or power plant or whatever people call it. You can definitely feel that on this bike. It does seem a little tuned down from the FZ09 because that bike was just cray-cray. This bike, not so much cray-cray. One thing that kind of gets on my nerves with bikes these days is they try to overcomplicate the menu system. I'm not sure if they do that for making the controls more simple, but this bike has traction control and a mode system, and all it added was this little switch right here and this button right here, and now I can control my modes and my traction control. Alright, so it looks like it locks traction control while you're riding. Maybe if I off throttle. Yep, I just got to off throttle a little bit, pop it in traction control, that'll change. I assume mode's the same way. Now we're in A mode. Now we're in B mode. Wonder if we can hit the mode switch while in throttle. Okay, so to change the mode and traction control, you just got to let off the throttle, hit the button, back on the throttle, and the mode is changed. Oh, that traction control cutting in. Wonder if we can turn the traction control off. That's probably good that the traction control is on like that. Oh man, this bike has got some power, guys. It has got that torquiness that the FZ09 had. I'm really excited about this bike because this is a bike I kind of look at as something I might want to purchase. It's not going to replace my 600, but it's going to like be an alternate to go ride maybe with my fiance or something. Sheesh. The seating position on this bike is a lot more upright. I felt like the FZ09 was kind of, I would say, lowly aggressive. Lowly aggressive? Lowly aggressive. Like, you're a little forward, but it's not much at all. The way the seat is positioned with the XSR 900, you can tell that the seat sits you upright, the bars have you upright, and it's super comfortable. Woo! With the way the bike is right now, I really enjoy it. Like, I would say, it feels like more of a commuter right now. A commuter that I could have a badass time with. So let's try A, because you guys always want me to try A mode. Oh my gosh, that, it kicks in right from the get-go. It's similar to the FZ09, man. When I rode the FZ09, I put that thing in A mode one time and I was like, okay. Yep, and that's the exact same thing that happened with the FZ09. You put it in A mode, and look at the, yeah, A mode is really hard to control in first gear. Again, with this bike, similar to how I felt about the FZ09, if I owned it, I don't think I would be in A mode. I think I would either, if I was in A mode, I would quick shift up to second from the get-go, because it's, I don't want to say it, but it's a little too torquey. There is too much torque to really enjoy the bike in A mode. I think this cool styling. It's got this cafe racer-y feel. It's so freaking cool. And I like this tach much more than I like the FZ09. The FZ09 I wasn't that big of a fan of. It's got this angular thing. It's still kind of off to the side, but I'll look past that for now. I just noticed my leg is resting on this guy, just like the FZ09 again. Like, the engine is the exact same. You see what I'm saying? Like, the front wheel just comes up. The engine braking in A mode in first gear is definitely much different than even standard mode. One thing I'm really excited about this bike is it actually has traction control. I've been looking into kind of a super naked bike recently, and it's really hard to find a bike with traction control. This bike actually has traction control, it has modes, and everything comes in at under 10 grand. So guys, here is where we try to turn around. We try to do a U-turn in the road on the bike. I do this on every bike I ride here at Lithia Springs. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. I was kind of worried when I was moving this bike around the dealership. I'll show you guys in a second. The handlebars don't really move that much. I mean, they probably move what every other one does, but I felt like the bars couldn't move a lot. Hello. Wow, traction control kicks in. Traction control is like, don't wheelie. Wonder if what happens in B mode. So much more controllable. Oh my goodness. Even in B mode, if you throttle up a little bit, the bike's like, we're in B mode though. Oh god, that B mode kind of feels like the FZ07 did when I was just riding it. The bike wheelies in B mode. The B mode is supposed to be your like, don't worry, I'll keep you safe mode. Still wheelies. Oh wow, this bike actually has a pass button. That's pretty cool. A pass button is basically this little trigger that flashes the brights. It's a feature you see in a lot of cruiser bikes, and a lot of Suzukis have them, but you don't see a lot of Yamahas with them. So we're getting on the highway. I believe standard mode is the mode I need to be in, because I do want to throttle just in case I get in a dangerous situation, and I can easily press the button and instantly I'm in standard mode. It works out very well. God, it wanted a wheelie in second too. Jesus. One thing I'm noticing, like we're going, what, 70? The bike feels super planted right now. You know, it's a naked bike. There's nothing blocking the wind, but the bike feels really good. I'll wait till we can do the highway testing. Oh, hello. Let's pull her in. Get them side shots. Another thing this bike has is this integrated kill switch. So you just, and turning it on, you're not gonna flip a kill switch up and down and then press the start. You're just gonna pull it down. This here now works the exact same way, but it's good to note. Let's go ahead and turn her off so she don't die. 2016 XSR 900 by Yamaha. This bike is basically Yamaha's, like, let's make a new age cafe racer. It's a little bigger than a cafe racer, but it's got them retro style. I dig the naked. You guys know I like my colors simple. We got silver, we got black, we got this little stuff. I would change all of those to black. I'm not digging this little suede, whatever you want to call this. One thing I really dig is this little stuff. I don't know why, man, but it's there. It's there, and maybe because they put them on different ends of the bike and they matched them. I don't know what. I don't know if that's aesthetic. There's no way that does anything. That thing holds the light on, so I don't know. I like it. But this 2016 XSR, I'm not. You know what? I'm done with calling it an XSR. That is way too weird of a name. I'm going to call it XR 900. You've got this really cool light on the back. It's not bad. I'd probably keep that light, but these little wings, I don't want to fly. Like, look at, this would be these and those giant things, first thing I get rid of. This isn't the worst I've seen. Obviously, I would get one that's tucked in or something, because that could look a lot better. But it's not bad. For a tail of a bike, it ain't bad. One thing I really like about the tail, let me get low. You guys can see it looks really clean. Like if you, oh man, can you guys imagine if you just took this whole thing off and you got some type of lighting system underneath here and the tag was just like that? Look how clean the back of that bike would be. That would be sick. If you own one of these, please do that and send me a photo. It's got this retro-y circular headlight. I think I would change the headlight out there because that looks too old school. I'd get some type of new age thing. The bike is super muscly looking though. It looks like the thing goes to the gym at least, 6 to 7 times a week. I can happily say that this bike has adjustable front and rear suspension, so you can adjust it to however you want. Alright, so let's listen to this thing because that's very important. If you guys want to listen to a better sound clip, see some nice pictures, I do all of that stuff on a blog post over on Chaseontwowheels.com. There will be some text on the screen here. You can click some other stuff and go there. So if you guys want to read a little more about the bike, see some good pictures, and hear what the actual bike sounds like, right now you're going to hear the mic on the GoPro, but I pull out my microphone and I actually get a good audio clip of the bike. So if you guys want to check that out, top link in the description will take you there. But for now, let's McCheckerson this thing out. Similar to that FZ09, it's got that little rumble, and when I rode the FZ09, I believe it had a Akrapovic, whatever the hell team you're on, of who says what. This bike sounds so much better when you have a pipe on it. I know this is probably boring for you guys, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. If I put my thumb, this thing is kind of cupped like your thumb, so you hold it up, you just put your thumb on it, and the same thing goes for that. I wonder if it's like that over here. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to keep traction control on because I don't want to ruin a brand new motorcycle, and as much as I'd like this motorcycle, I don't want to pay for it. So I'm going to keep the traction control on because that's safe. Wait, all right, let's go ahead and go and not get in a wreck. Holy Holy moly, we are in standard mode. What in the hell? This bike has no business being this fast. Holy shoo! This bike looks retro and cool. It should not be fast. Why is it so dang quick? This is the bike you buy. The dealership probably puts it in B mode and you don't realize how fast it is. You know, you get on it, you get all excited, you take it home, and halfway through getting home you realize you've been in B mode. You're like, well, those characteristics fit the look of the bike. And then you put it in A mode and you're like, what? Oh my gosh, this bike is so fun. The seat is also so comfortable. So I'm in standard mode, second gear, going 20. I'm chill, man. I'm comfortable. The bike's not really, it's not too twitchy. You could ride this thing all day long, man. Your butt's not gonna hurt. Alright, so guys, as you all know, we have the highway coming up. I try to give you guys a highway throttle test every bike I ride. This is gonna be the 2016 XSR or XSR 900. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to throttle up very high over here though, unfortunately, because these cars are going to be here. I'm going to throttle up a little bit, the wheel's going to come up, and then I'm going to have to stop. Yep. So that's not going to be able to happen. A mode 60, second gear, and the power is just ready to eat my face. I will be honest, I expected a downside of this bike to be the highway. I expected it to be super freaking windy and garbage. Well, it's not. And it has so much power to do whatever the hell it wants. I think because of the weight of this bike, it feels really planted on the highway. I'm not blowing around and all that kind of crap. Oh, this is totally a commuter dream bike right here. Because you're not going to sacrifice all the sport to have this one. My God! All day, twice on Sunday, probably like 3 times on Friday. Oh, window, you cute little mirror, you suck, but that's okay, because I would take you guys off so fast. This is an all-in-one. What I mean by an all-in-one bike is you can buy this bike and you can only have this bike and you are not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on having a comfortable bike you can ride for a long time. You're not missing out on a bike you can take to the mountains and really enjoy. The around the town bike for just chill riding. And today's race is with the Honda unbadged. We're in A mode, as we should be, because we need the most acceleration possible. Oh, that's not going to be a fun race at all, is it? Holy guacamole, I like Mexican food. Oh my goodness. That highway acceleration, I had to use my common sense and not crack the throttle open, because if I did, the bike would do a backflip. I'm in 6th gear, look at this, I can chill on the highway. There is a little wind. It's not crazy bad. I think I could tour on this without having a windscreen, which is surprising. I didn't expect that. What's interesting about my body position right now that I'm noticing is, so I'm upright. My waist up is very upright. I'm very in a, you know, a stereotypical comfortable position, but my legs are kind of tucked back in sort of a motor or a super sport mentality, which is odd. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's just weird because when my legs are tucked in like that, I'm ready to do like this and really get into a ride, but it doesn't seem like I have that option here. What's a motorcycle? Yes! Oh my God, it just bounces. Oh my God, I love it. If I was going to be on like the highway, I'd probably put A mode on. Riding around town, I don't see ever going above standard. Standard is the STD, jokes aside, on the mode indicator. I think I might just not fit on this bike perfectly well, because my legs, when I'm holding on to the bike, they kind of hold a weird position here. They don't fit in this little groove that's there. I hope you guys can see this groove right here. Now, if I was taller, my legs are right here. Look at that. Those are perfect. I'm gonna say they probably created that for a little bit of a taller rider than I am. I'm 5'10", and kind of get that feeling that the bike was made for a little taller of a rider than me. So guys, as far as the XSR 9000, it is hard to call this bike XSR 900, because if I'm going to say XSR, I want to say like 9000, like the XSR 9000. But that kind of sounds like a blender. So guys, who do I see getting this bike? Well, I definitely agree with what I said about this bike being your one and only bike. I don't see somebody that gets this bike ever feeling like they really need another bike. If they do, I imagine that bike would probably be a sport bike, because you're sitting so far upright on this bike, you don't really feel that sporty. I know Yamaha tried to get like that retro style and it still be sporty, and don't get me wrong, you could take this thing to the mountains and have a really good time. It's really flickable, but with the body position, it just doesn't feel like you're supposed to do that on the bike. Whether you can or not doesn't matter. The bike gives you this kind of chill feel until you give the throttle. If I'm going to be honest though, I don't feel like they match really well. Like, the bike is really comfortable. It's a little taller, so if you're shorter, I'd probably skip on this. But with the engine of an FZ09, it just feels like those two things don't match. Like, I feel like the FZ09 engine, you gotta be leaning forward a little bit more, because the bike is nuts. I do like the seating position though. I like it a lot. I feel super comfortable. I feel like I'm one with the bike type thing. So who's going to buy this? Commuters would be really good buying this. It does surprisingly well on the highway. Much better than I expected it to. With no windscreen, you typically have a lot of wind buffeting coming in. I didn't really get as much of that as I expected, so that was really awesome. So yeah, as much as I like this torque monsters, man, I like the torque monsters up to a point, and I think the A mode in this thing actually supersedes that point. I think it's just too powerful, man. Too powerful in A mode for the type of bike it is. Like I said, A mode will probably come in handy on the highway. Other than that, I see you sticking in standard mode or B mode, man. The bike has plenty of power in those modes. This would be an awesome bike to have if you have your track bike and then you have your bike you want to ride around every day. That would be a perfect combination. You got your track bike that's like a Gixxer 600, R6, Honda CBR, or whatever. And then, that bike can't go on the road, but then you got this bike to go ride on the road with. But guys, that's going to be about it for this first ride of the 2016 XSR, aka XSR 900 from Yamaha. I've got to take this bike back to my buddies over here at Mountain Motorsports in Lithia Springs. They are the motorcycle dealership that actually let me borrow these bikes, take them out on a test ride, and then let you guys know what I think about them. If you guys want to check Mountain Motorsports out, there are always links in the description here on the YouTube channel for you guys to check them out, or their social medias out. They are very stellar people, obviously, because they let me do these type of videos. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, hitting that like button is a huge help to the video along with the channel. And if you guys are fans of these First Ride series, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. I put these First Rides out very often for you guys, so you can have an educated purchasing decision when you go to buy a bike. That's the whole point of these videos, is so you guys will know what it's like to ride these bikes for the first time, in case you don't have the opportunity to do that. So hopefully you guys got some information out of this whole video. But this is Mountain Motorsports. This has been a Chaseontwowheels First Ride. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next video. Later. We're gonna ride this thing straight into here. Dun, 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 dun.